Yay Networks.
13 has been my lucky number for a while. Like, it's always a sign of good things to come for me.
This is 13, a Taylor Swift fan podcast, breaking down every song, every Easter egg, every era, and every theory. Hosted by the biggest Swifties, Nick Adams, Anna Cassiejos, Amy Nichols, and Lacey G.
Welcome to 13, a Taylor Swift fan podcast. My name's Nick Adams.
I'm Anna.
Amy.
And I'm Lacey G.
And we have a really special guest joining us today. When Taylor Swift started her Eras tour, a lovely Swiftie named Allie had the idea of creating Swiftball. Basically like fantasy football, but better because it's for the Swifties and it's with Taylor Swift. So, of course, we had to talk to the creator of Swiftball herself, Allie. Hello, Allie.
Welcome.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
So good. We are active Swiftballers. We love to play Swiftball. One time we played it together as a team. We all together filled out our ballot. We did terrible. So after that, I decided to go solo after that and fill out my own ballot for every show that followed. But okay, so tell us all about Swiftball because it is growing exponentially. When did you first have the idea? Tell us just everything.
And do you like sports?
Okay. I don't like football, which is actually really funny because people are like, oh, do you like play fantasy football and that's why you did this? And I was like, actually, I don't. I do like hockey, but that has nothing to do with anything.
This is the only fantasy football I could get behind,
Oh,
by
yeah,
the
me
way.
too.
I'm just like you,
Exactly.
Allie. Yeah.
Yeah. The only football I watched was like when she did that like Midnight's preview back in like October. Like that was the only reason I watched football.
Yeah.
But Swiftball, I went to the shows at MetLife, and it was something that I'd been looking forward to since November of 2022. And after that Sunday show, I was like, now what? Now what do I do? Like I feel like everything I've been looking forward to is over. I'm gonna have like huge FOMO for the rest of the shows. Like, how can I like do something so I can like be online and not be like sad about the shows that are happening after mine? And I had an extra Midnight's late night CD, and like so many people were in my DMs that I didn't even know being like, oh, can you send me the CD? And I was like, okay, like how can we do a giveaway and make it fun and not just like and follow to enter. Like I don't have a problem with it, but I was like, I want to do like something more. And I didn't really expect a ton of people to enter. And then our first night we had like 800 something people. And I was like, okay, that's fun. Cool. We did it for the one show. Fantastic. And then people started asking, okay, are you going to do it for Saturday's show? And I was like, well, I mean, I don't have another CD, but I guess so. And then after Saturday, they were asking, can we do Sunday? This was the 3-night Chicago weekend right after East Rutherford. And by Sunday, I was like, guys, like, I mean, I can do this. I'm not going to provide a prize every night because that's crazy. And then, of course, people started offering their own things to donate as a prize. And that just kind of opened the floodgates. And so I was like, okay, I'll do every single show, whether or not we have a prize. And then people were just so generous that they kept donating prizes. And then as you saw for LA, we had about like 6 prizes a night for all of LA. And now we're doing international.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah. Oh my God. So what's your plan for it? Well, because with the first, like with the US, like obviously it's like it was every weekend, but at least time zone wise for you, it was what? The worst was a 3-hour difference. How are you going to do it? How are you going to do it when she's on like the other side of the world?
That's a great question. We're still trying to figure it out. I think Tess has said that she's going to stream. I don't want to speak for her, but I want to say that she said that she's going to stream every single show. So worst comes to worst, Tess can just tell me like what she wore, and then I can post
like the results
later. I mean, obviously there's going to be some form of delay from like when the show happens and when I'm awake and conscious. And I don't know if we're always going to have that same interactive element that I'm able to provide while we're stateside or while we're at least, within a couple hours of each other. But we're working on seeing if we can like collaborate with some people that I know and I'm friends with that are across the pond that can help us out. But at least with Mexico and Latin America, it's like essentially like she's in LA.
Right.
I'm in awe with you and Tess both. And I was watching, I want to say it was LA Night 1 that you were there, correct? Yes. And I was watching that live stream all night long, waiting for you to get the 22 hat. Everybody was tweeting and wanting you to get the 22 hat, but it ended up going to Kobe's daughter.
Yes. And it's like, listen, if I had to lose the hat to anyone, which I never expected it, but if I had to, quote, lose the hat to anyone, Kobe's daughter, go for it.
Yeah.
That's yours times 1,000. It's all good.
Were you at the show kind of like playing Swiftball, or were you trying to be like,
let's enjoy this?
Yeah. It was weird because I hadn't really watched live streams until after what I thought was my last show in New York. And so after watching the show every single night, up until LA and then being there in person, I was like, I sort of still feel like I'm watching a live stream.
Yeah.
Like I haven't computed that I'm like here, but I did run Swiftball from the stands because SoFi had like amazing Wi-Fi.
They really
did.
They really did.
And I didn't want the people around me to think I was just on my phone the entire time, but I was like, oh, I have to take a picture of this dress. I have to post it like Hive is here. Like it felt really silly, but it was a lot of fun being able to participate in person.
Yeah.
In the way that like, I've been participating on a live stream for the past like 3 months.
So for
crazy.
For those who have not played Swiftball, there might be Swifties that are just hearing about it for the first time right now. Could you explain Swiftball? Like how many points can you get? What are you betting on? How does it work?
Okay, so Swiftball is, people like to equate it to fantasy football, but I know there are some very like specific differences. But it's essentially a guessing game type game that goes with Taylor Swift's Eras Tour, where you have a ballot and you fill out what outfit she's going to wear, what surprise song you think she's going to sing, if there's going to be any special guests or appearances or announcements. And each category has its own specific point value. And it's out of 113 points. So if you get every single thing correct, you get 113 points. Not a single person has done that yet. The highest we've had is 111.
Wow.
Oh, what's been your highest?
That was when she was repeating her outfits.
Okay,
so
but okay,
easier
but still.
What's been the highest you've ever scored on Swiftball?
I'm gonna be honest. I actually don't usually play it myself.
Yeah,
that's fair. That's fair. You're just running it.
Fill out a ballot. But the days that I've done it, I haven't done very well. Because I kind of, try to do the whole like, oh, well, statistically, this is what's most likely to happen. And of course, Taylor is like, screw your statistics. I'm going to do like one thing very slightly different. And then it just tanks everybody's ballots. And I have tried to teach my parents the like statistics and the probabilities of things because they like to play. And they're like, bottom every week. And I'm like, okay. If I'm giving people not insider information, but like, things that I've noticed, and I'm like helping them out, try to like say, this is probably the most likely thing to choose, and they're not doing well.
Hey, Nick and I understand that. Nick and I understand that. We were the bottom 2 for the surprise song guesses. So it's hard to think like Taylor Swift. But I do want to know, as an innovator, you came up with this, which is so genius, and I just adore you for it. But you said you continued because people kept wanting more and more. Is it annoying that people want more and more and more from you? And I'm asking because I always want more and more from Taylor, and I want to know if she would think I'm annoying.
I think it's natural to initially see that as annoying, but I like to take a step back and be like, the reason people are like bombarding my DMs, the reason that people are asking, are you doing international? The reason that people get upset by my rulings is because they care.
Yeah.
And the fact that I have not only like made this game and gotten so many people to play, but have that many people care that much is like, in a way, nice.
Yeah.
Like obviously, like it's not fun having people like yell at you on the internet, but like
it's just passion.
Deep down inside, it's because they care, and the fact that I'm able to, like evoke that emotion from them is like really like mind-blowing and honestly a little humbling, even if it is like them yelling at me being like, you're wrong, you're stupid. I'm like, yeah, but it's because you care and you want to win, and I made that. So kind of but also not.
Good.
This show is sponsored by Liquid IV. You know summer has officially started in my house when my kids are in full sports mode. We are outside constantly. Baseball games, practices, tournaments, running from one field to the next in the heat. And if you've ever sat through a doubleheader in the middle of the summer, then you know that staying hydrated is not optional. That's why I always throw in a few sticks of Liquid IV's hydration multiplier in my bag. I'm obsessed with the pina colada flavor right now, and it really just tastes like summer in a cup. Just tear it open, pour it into 16 ounces of water, and it hydrates faster than water alone. It's powered by Live Hydroscience with an optimized ratio of electrolytes, essential vitamins, and clinically tested nutrients. Plus, Liquid IV has 3 times the electrolytes of the leading sports drink and includes 8 vitamins and nutrients in every stick. It's also non-GMO, vegan, gluten-free, dairy-free, and soy-free. Stay hydrated while you're on the go this summer with Liquid IV. Tear, pour, live more. Go to liquidiv.com and get 20% off your first purchase with code TaylorSwiftFan at checkout. That's 20% off your first purchase with code TaylorSwiftFan at liquidiv.com.
Warmer, sunnier days are calling, and you can fuel up for them with Factor's no prep, no mess meals. Meet your wellness goals in time for summer thanks to the menu of chef-crafted meals with options like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, and Keto. Factor's fresh, never frozen meals are dietitian approved and ready to eat in just 2 minutes. So if you only have a few minutes between meetings during the day, or you get home and you're just so hungry but you have no time to cook, Factor is where you should go. They have 35 different meals and more than 60 add-ons to choose from every week, and you'll always have new flavors to explore. You can crush your wellness goals this May with dietitian approved meals and ingredients that you can trust. And these are delicious. From breakfast to dessert, you can stay fueled with easy, nutritious options. And you can keep kitchen time to a minimum. Factor meals are ready in 2 minutes, so no shopping, prepping, cooking, or cleaning up. Enjoy effortless support for your lifestyle. Head to factormeals.com/TaylorSwiftFan50 and use code TaylorSwiftFan50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month. That's code TaylorSwiftFan50 at factormeals.com/TaylorSwiftFan50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month while your subscription is active. And right now, and like the way that it started and the way that it is still right now, for anyone that wants to play, it's a Google form, right? Like a Google form that you kind of fill out and everything. With her still being on tour for at least another year, as we know so far, could you ever see Swiftball becoming like an app or something that's kind of not necessarily, like, I guess, do you see it developing tech-wise?
You know, we've actually had several people reach out wanting to do apps and websites, and I'm actually hesitant to do that because I do know, I don't know the actual phrase because it's been a while since I took like a marketing class, but I don't want to alienate the audience that I have. The majority of my audience is on Twitter, and we actually could see it real time the day that Twitter went down and we had to move to TikTok and Tumblr and Instagram. We lost like maybe 70 to 80% of our players because people aren't willing to switch platforms. And I'm most comfortable on Twitter. I think it's really accessible when it works. And I feel like it's easy for people to find us and to play along, whether it's casually or like really, in depth. And I don't know how it would translate to an app or a website. And I don't know how many people would be willing to move. And then there's also the cost of keeping up a website and keeping up an app. And I don't want to bear that burden, and I don't want to put that burden on other people because I've always maintained that it's going to be free. And I also think that like it kind of takes the casualness out of it. Like it was always meant to be fun and silly and like casual. And then of course, we're now at 33,000 people who played the last game. But I kind of want to like keep it as low key as I can because it's not a business for me. I do this for free. I make no money off of it. And I don't want people to even think that I'm like trying to like monopolize this whole thing, you know?
How thoughtful. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That this is something that you came up with and you're still like, no, but I'm doing it for you. That is so sweet.
It's just like the Swiftie community, you know. It's like something within the community that just happens to be getting bigger and bigger every day.
Yeah. And it's because of the people who play it. And I would never want to alienate any of those people who have caused it to become so big, because without the people who play it, there is no game.
Right. And do you have, I mean, you kind of have like a little team of people, right, that help you with like the scores and just everything, because that would be a lot for just you to do. So how many, like on a single night, how many of your friends or how many of you are basically behind the scenes of Swiftball?
So the Swiftball staff, which I say that very lightly because they're all volunteer, it's all free. We have 6 people, and then we have 3 streamers. So there's myself, who's not part of the 6, because I don't know why I don't count myself. There's Jackie, who does our graphics for the ballots, and she's now doing the bracelets and the trophies. There's Maya, who does the patches. There's Raghav, who does the scoring. He like keeps track of the spreadsheet and makes sure everything's totaling correctly. There is Erin, who's Swift Funnies Erin. She is our Midnight's bodysuit expert. Stella, who's our Midnight's t-shirt expert, because we know I'm shot by the end of the night. Like I can't tell anything apart when it's Midnight's era time.
Yeah, and it's like grainy.
And then, yeah, it's grainy. I'm tired. I can't tell what those dresses are on a good day. Like it's really helpful to have them be like, oh, it's this one, done, and I don't even have to think about it. And then there's Erin Quo, who's she's more behind the scenes. She kind of helps me figure out how to do stuff on the back end and like keeps me sane. And then we have Testier, Folk Lyric on Twitch, and then David on Swiftstream. And those streamers are really like an essential part. We don't work together per se, but they're very collaborative, and they're kind of the reason we're able to do Swiftball, because if we didn't have a stream, we wouldn't have a game.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's so incredible. And we really appreciate everything that y'all are doing for the Swiftie community, because of people like you and people like Tess. You're just keeping the involvement there. You're allowing other people to still be a part of it, because I haven't been to an Eras concert in a really long time now. It's been since Arlington, since I've been.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, since I've been to one, but I still get to watch it and I still enjoy it. I mean, that night that you were there, everybody was clowning. There was a lot of clowning going on Swift Talk. What is Taylor going to do tonight? So that was one of the first times I watched the concert from beginning to end. A lot of times I would tune in around the secret song, but that day I was glued. I was waiting. What's going to happen? She didn't announce anything that day, but the concert was so flawless and she brought it that I still felt like I was a part of it. It wasn't a waste of time. Some people might think that, you know, if you're waiting on an announcement, that doesn't happen because everybody's been clowning. But no, I was enchanted and enthralled watching that. I'm so glad that you got to witness that live.
It was insane. And then the fact that it's like likely going to be in the tour movie is like,
yeah.
You're like, I was there.
And how do you, because I keep up like on Twitter also, like just to see what all the scoring and how I'm doing and everything. And obviously I see you posting stuff. How is it hard for you to not fall for the stuff that's photoshopped? Because sometimes I fall for the stuff that's photoshopped and then I kind of wait for you to be like, this is fake.
Yeah. Well, at the beginning, it turned out the way that the gaslighting started is people would not like what outfit she wore. And they're like, no, it's this one. And it was like a joke that I thought people were just going to do for one show. And I want to say it was like the second or third weekend of Swiftball ever. And then it became like people actually seriously trying to gaslight me. And then it became more into like meme creations.
Yeah.
So now most times people don't actually try to like trick me as much as they try to like make a funny meme that they know that I'm going to repost.
Yeah.
But I will say, from that first weekend of people trying to gaslight me, someone made the 1989 set that was blue. And it was really like legit looking. And I like to say that they manifested it because it looks exactly like the one that she brought out. So I was like, well, I'm not going to say it was from them, but
that night, because I remember that photo, the photoshopped one, to make it look blue. And we all were like, haha, blah, 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 whatever. And then the night that she did come out in the actual blue outfit, and it looked identical. And I was seeing the pictures, and I genuinely couldn't tell if it was like a real photo from that night as I'm watching it on a live stream. That it's like, I know for a fact she's wearing the blue outfit, but is this photo from tonight or is this the photoshopped one? And I even saw, because, it was obviously such a big deal, and I saw like news outlets and like everybody using that photo. But I'm like, is that the photoshopped photo? Like, I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like with high quality photos, it usually takes like until the next morning for us to get them, because that's how I use them for our ballots. And it makes it really hard when I'm sitting there like waiting for an HQ so I can put it in the ballot for that night.
Yeah.
But perhaps for 1989 release or announcement night, it might have been different. But it is really funny. Like, people are so good at Photoshop.
I
know. And I appreciate that they're not now using that talent to actually try to trick me, because honestly, if it was like a show on Pacific time, I might fall for it. And there are a couple ones that I've taken a second. I was like, it's really good, but that's not right. But usually people kind of make it obvious if it's a joke or not. Mostly. And then if it's not, then I kind of wait and look in the comments and see like, is this real? But the good thing about it, specifically when I'm able to run the show, is like I'm watching a live stream like while it's happening. So I'm trusting what I see with my two eyes. And if what someone sends me is different, I'm like, nice try.
Good one.
I saw it though. Yeah.
Do you have, out of all of the outfits, do you have a favorite?
Oh, yeah, I really like the cupcake dress. I don't know the actual designer. It's the one that she brought out on Speak Now release day that she's worn several times since, the like purple ombre. I really love it. I don't know what about it just lights up my brain in the best way, but it's beautiful.
Yeah. Do you guys have a favorite outfit? Lacey, Amy?
I would have to I like the big and poofy. I totally have to agree. Just that dress is gorgeous whenever she brought it out. I'm also a fan of her Reputation outfit.
The one leg.
I like the one leg. Mm-hmm. I think that's very, very hot looking. Also, have we seen all the back-to-back from her in Glendale and then her on the last show in LA, and her vigilante shit? Oh my God, the way she slays in that last one, like, and how she just owns the confidence of it.
Yeah.
Yes, I love it. Amy?
I think the white folklore is my favorite.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
that's so you.
Out of the folklore dresses.
Yeah. It's perfect. If I had to imagine, that's exactly what it would be.
Yeah. So good. I think my favorite is the just the lover bodysuit. The not the blue one, the other one, and not the purple one, the other, like the main one. You know?
The pink one.
The pink one with like the sparkly boots. Like I love that outfit so much. Like so much. I think that's probably my favorite. But
I have an attachment to the purple with tassels though, but that was just because I was there the first night she wore it, and I was like,
yeah,
it's a new thing. And then we were like clowning because we thought she was gonna do something, and then the Karma music video happened. But I have a personal attachment to that bodysuit, but there's something about the Speak Now, the like purple Speak Now dress.
Of course, right?
I'm sorry, bodysuit. I like the dress more.
Are you nervous at all for her like changing outfits for when she goes international? Because I'm like, we talk about it on our podcast all the time. We're like, is she going to change the set list? Is she going to start over with surprise songs? Because it is very possible for her to change things up, outfits being a very like a real possibility. But does that stress you out at all?
What worries me, I think specifically, is like not being able to be like on when she debuts something new. So like what I was saying is like, I'm able to determine if something's like fake or not because I'm watching it live. But, when she's in Japan, I'm probably going to be asleep. And so then I'll have to be like, okay, is this a really good edit? Or is this the actual outfit if we don't have someone who's like running it for me? So that does worry me, but I will say I feel like, she just debuted technically 6 new outfits in the last 2 shows in LA. So I feel like she at least has some stuff to like add into the rotation, but I feel like it's not out of the question for her to add more. I'm excited when we get new things, but it's also a little stressful because I then have to get the high quality photo and add it to the ballot and edit everything. And if I have stuff prepped, like I did for LA for the last night, I already had the ballot ready to go. And actually the second to last night, but I had the ballot ready to go. And then she brought out the new like cutout Rorschach. I call it the Rorschach test, like, bodysuit. And I was like, I don't have a picture of this. I now have to fix a ballot. Like, what are you doing to me? It was ready to post. So that I'm a little like nervous about, but again, it's because of something good. We got a new outfit, and I'm always excited to see like what she brings out next.
Yeah.
So it's exciting, but then on the back end, it kind of makes things a little hard.
Yeah. Summer is right around the corner and we love to have fun, but we're all really well aware that it can get expensive. And when you have financial goals, you need to decide what's worth it. A Chime checking account helps you reach your financial goals while still enjoying your summer. Are you traveling at all this summer? Maybe to hit up another Eras tour date? And look, sometimes you know that you don't mean to overdraft, but it just happens when things start to add up. And Chime allows you to overdraft up to $200 with no fees, which at times can be a total game changer. You can set up your direct deposit with your Chime account and you'll be notified to enroll in SpotMe. Live it up this summer and make progress towards your financial goals with Chime. Open your bank account in minutes at chime.com/Taylor Swift fan. That's chime.com/Taylor Swift fan. Chime feels like progress. Banking services and debit card provided by the Bancorp Bank N.A. or Stride Bank N.A. members. FDIC. SpotMe eligibility requirements and overdraft limits apply. Boosts are available to eligible Chime members enrolled in SpotMe and are subject to monthly limits. Terms and conditions apply. Go to chime.com/disclosures for details.
So, as Swifties, some of us like to clown, some of us harder than others. I am a total Swiftie clown, and I own it, and I love it. Are there any theories that you're following right now? Any guesses on what she's going to do next?
That's a good one. I have one theory, but I can't share it until it comes true because I feel like it's far too out there. But honestly, I'm a clown, but like the clownest of clowns. Like the only times I clown is when it's wrong. Usually, like I was a Woodvale truther. I got everybody on my Instagram like into the whole Woodvale thing back. I think what was like April 21st of 2021. Like I had everyone believing that Woodvale was going to come out, and nothing happened. I didn't think she would announce 1989 in LA.
Really?
I didn't either.
Because, well, it's a New York album. The first song is Welcome to New York, and you're going to announce it on the wrong coast? No. What are you doing? So, but that I was like, oh, she's not going to do it.
I thought it was too obvious. I just was like, she's making it way too obvious.
Yeah. Amy texted us like the night of, because we were wondering if we should like stay up or not. And I was like, I think I'm gonna maybe go live on our Instagram just to like see what happens. And Amy was like, nothing's gonna happen. Like, don't even bother. And then I like texted her at like 1 a.m, being like, oh my God.
Did you think anything was gonna happen in LA? Did you think she was gonna surprise bait and switch and something else was gonna happen?
I thought she was gonna do something night one. I was like, everything feels very like different. Like everyone's clowning. Like the energy felt different, and the fact that the bracelets were bigger, and then someone apparently told one of my friends at the like Capital One elevator, like, oh, who do you hope's going to be a special guest? Oh, keep your eye out. Like they were really hinting that like maybe Selena was going to be there. Like I was shocked she didn't have a special guest at all in LA.
Yeah.
Like I mean, Haim, yes, but like an additional special guest.
Yeah.
Which I guess like
totally thought
she really hasn't done that this tour, besides people like Aaron Dessner, like people that are already on like her music, like it hasn't been like 1989 where she brings out artists and sings their music with them. Like she hasn't done that at all.
Right.
But I think it's also just because
has
like
she done a song with Mumford?
And Maren Morris and Mumford, but they're on her albums.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but she's just like at the top of her game, It's like I mean, having special guests I think is a lot of fun, but I think for a lot of artists it's like for her, it's just an added bonus. Like, it's not something she like necessarily needs to collab. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but
it's
always fun.
I was hoping to see Selena. I'm gonna be real.
I thought she might show up.
But it was a great night regardless. And also like there was that I Can See You exhibit in LA, and people are like, oh, the Lautners are there. Maybe like she's going to do something with them. I totally thought something was going to happen at LA Night 1. And I was like, oh God, if nothing happens at LA Night 1, it's going to be the last night. And I'm already going to be on the other coast. And so I'm just not going to clown because I don't want the FOMO. And
Yeah.
here we are.
But maybe you'll be in the documentary.
Maybe. And honestly, the next night, that was so absolutely foul of her to like do it the night I wasn't there on a plane home. Maybe mentioning Swiftball and playing my 2 favorite songs like back to back. So not cool, but she was filming. So if any of that makes it into the documentary, I'm going to be like, okay, it's like a consolation prize. But
do you think that she knows about Swiftball?
I told Ryan Seacrest this when I was on his thing, like literally the morning she kind of maybe talked about it. I was like, I would like to think she does, but until she says something about it, I don't want to get my hopes up.
She said people are watching it like a sport. I don't think you could get any more clear than that, though. That seems, to me, I took that as a direct shout out to you.
Yeah, I think so too. And especially, I made a TikTok about this, but I was like, as someone who has watched like the past, 25 Champagne Problems speeches, she rarely deviates from the like, oh, we were in the pandemic and there were more important things. And like, this is just a song I really wanted to play for you guys. And here's Champagne Problems. Like, she doesn't usually, unless there's something big she wants to discuss, like, oh, I was made the mayor, or Cruel Summer is a single, or there's this bench in Centennial Park because of me now. Like, there's an article that my dad sent me. Like, unless there's something like that, she doesn't usually deviate from that speech. So I would say it's likely, but then again, of course, there's the people like, be real. She's already talked about sports. Like, she didn't say you by name. Like, come on, you're like delusional. I'm like, yeah, no, you're right.
We're all delusional. It's part of our schmick. And you know what? Even if, I like to think that she knows about it. But even if she doesn't verbalize it, there's no way that people on her team don't know about it, right? Like, yeah. I'm convinced that she has people whose like sole job is to scroll Swifty's social media. So yeah, there's no way that people around her like don't know about it. So by default, she's got to know about it.
Because she could shut it down if she didn't approve.
That's true.
I believe.
That's
I think.
That's how we feel about our podcast. Yeah. Like, we haven't been sued yet. So.
Same with Tess. Like, Tess is like, well, maybe the reason that she played songs that are kind of nods to us the day after is like, maybe she just like hates us. And I was like, if she hated us, I feel like there would be some sort of like
a lawsuit.
Yeah. Like, there's no way that they, don't know that we're, or at least for Tess, is streaming the shows every week. And like, she would be shut down, banned from TikTok. That's it. Like, and the fact that she mentioned like, oh, you're watching this online and I love you so much for it. Like, I feel like that's kind of like I like this, not I hate this.
Yeah.
But of course Tess is like, oh God, like maybe that's why she did it that way. But I don't think so.
So 2 things. One of my favorite TikToks is whenever people are standing in the stadiums and they're like, I can see how Taylor Swift can fill this whole place up, but to think that this place gets filled up with people who are here to watch football, like, how does that even work? I think that that's absolutely hilarious. Also, we mentioned that Taylor doesn't necessarily need more people to come out with her. Like, it's not beneficial. What she also doesn't need is the Super Bowl. And she allegedly turned that down. How do we feel about her turning down the Super Bowl again?
I think it makes sense. I feel like I actually tweeted this the other day. I feel like with things like the Super Bowl, there's such high honors in artists' careers, like the Super Bowl, hosting SNL, all of these things. But she's kind of surpassed that. She's essentially playing the Super Bowl every single show she plays.
Yes,
I agree.
If you look at the attendance, there's more people at her shows than at the Super Bowl. So for her, playing the Super Bowl would be like a silly little side quest. It wouldn't be like the pinnacle
Big
of her
thing.
career. And I don't think she needs it, but I don't think it's out of the question forever. I just think, if you look at her tour schedule, yeah, she's in Tokyo, but if she wanted to play the Super Bowl, she would have made the schedule in a way that would allow her to play the Super Bowl, in my opinion. perhaps it's like a down the road sort of thing, or perhaps she has her own like reasons against not wanting to, specifically probably accessibility for her fans, because she knows people are going to try to pay $10,000 for a ticket just to see her perform for 10 minutes when, you can pay a fraction of that and see her perform for 3 hours. Like, who knows?
Because Swifties would take over the Super Bowl if she was performing for sure.
But I agree. Like, a lot of artists do it. I mean, the artists that do the Super Bowl, they don't get paid. They basically have to like do their own show, and then they kind of see the back end because their streaming numbers go up, like statistically. But Taylor doesn't need that. Like,
Taylor's
if anything, they need her. So I was reading an article about how if the NFL wants her bad enough, they could pay her, but she would be the very first artist to ever get paid to do the Super Bowl. But it's like I really just don't think. I don't think she needs it. I feel like kind of like you, like for her, it would be like little side quests. It would be interesting to see what songs she would pick, to kind of mash together for like a 10 to 12 minute performance out of curiosity. But I just feel like she's better than the Super Bowl. Like, everybody's like, oh my gosh, yeah, Taylor doing the Super Bowl. I'm like, she's, like you said, she's doing a Super Bowl 3 times a week, like every weekend. She did SoFi 6 nights, sold out. Like, the Super Bowl needs her more than she needs any sort of anything.
And I think people are right too when they say, like, if she does it, it's going to be after all of the Taylor's versions are out, so she can play all of her songs. And it's gonna, like, and if people go back and they're like, oh, I want to listen to these, it will be songs that she owns and not, because if you've noticed, the streaming numbers have gone up for all of the songs that she sings on tour that aren't necessarily hers. So I feel like, it's not necessary to advertise Scooter's version while she has yet to like reclaim them. So I feel like that's also a good business move, but it's also like maybe she just never wants to. And like I don't blame her if she like doesn't want to be in a room full of a bunch of men who very likely don't like her and are gonna like say stuff about her being the like halftime show. But like again, they need her. She doesn't need them. Like she would be doing them a favor if she performed.
Exactly. And if she doesn't want to, whatever.
She's already the man. She
then
doesn't need to.
Yeah, then I don't have to subject myself to watching football.
Yeah, seriously. That's the only reason I watch the Super Bowl. It's for commercials and the halftime. I mute the actual sport.
Yeah, it's just for the halftime.
I feel like people are going to come for me for saying that, but
nah. This is a safe space.
Good.
Well, Allie, where can everybody find you so they can keep up with Swiftball? And when's the first show? When's Taylor coming back? When's everything going to kick off?
So you can find me on Twitter. That's mainly where I live. I'm Wrecked Maserati on Twitter. You can also find me on TikTok. It's at Allie Foles. And then on Instagram, it's at Fantasy Swiftball. I know none of those match, and it's really annoying, but that's where we're at right now. We also have a Tumblr. I don't run it. It's the official Tumblr. I'm just like never on it because I don't understand how to use it. I believe that's also Fantasy Swiftball as well. And we are back on Thursday, I think is the first Mexico City date. And I think it's 4 shows in a row. So it'll be Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, if I'm correct. I should probably hold on. Let me fact check.
Yeah, I know it's
before this is in.
Like, I know it's the 20-something, which I guess
I want to say the first one is Thursday, because I'm also on a plane, and that was very poorly planned. Let's see. The 24th, 25th, 26th, and 27th in Mexico City. I think that's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yep, that's Thursday through Sunday. Yeah. Taylor's going to be back
Thursday through Sunday.
We've all been sleeping in. Yeah, we've gotten off schedule from being up at midnights to meet her every single night, and sleep time's over. It's time to get back on schedule and get with Taylor Swift.
And we're so excited. Allie, thank you so much for creating this game, for making it so fun for us to basically feel like we can be at the Eras Tour without being at the Eras Tour like every single weekend. It really, it's so fun and it's so special. And we love this community for so many reasons, and you are obviously part of that reason. So thank you so much.
And thank you for so thoughtful too. Yeah. For being so thoughtful of other people. That's just I commend you. That's great. Thank you so much.
So creative, because I'm obsessed with all of the names for all the outfits. The bagel dress is probably my favorite, along with elusive exclusive. That's also one of my favorites.
I wanted someone to say their favorite was the everything bagel, just to say the word, just to say that phrase.
The everything bagel dress. But thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us as well, to come on the podcast.
Of course.
We've seen, so to pull the curtain back, we've been planning on having you on for a couple weeks now, which is so funny because people have been posting on Twitter being like, oh my God, Allie should go on the 13 podcast. And then we would message each other like on the side and being like, little do they know. So we're so excited. Thank you so much, Allie.
What an honor to be able to talk to you. And
course.
thank you for everything that you do.
Thank you. It's an honor to be able to talk about it. Like, the fact that people are interested in it and want to hear about it is like really crazy to me. Like, people are like, oh, you're like fake humble. Like, no, like, I did not expect this at all. I didn't ask for any of this. So the fact that people want to take their time and like talk to me about it, and I could talk for ages about it, like, it's really wonderful, and I really appreciate it.
Well, keep doing what you're doing, and if you ever need anything, we're here for you.
Thank you. Me as well.
Allie.
Of course.
Yeah. Thank you so much for everything. We really appreciate you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Allie.
It's been lovely. Of course.
Bye.
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 Thanks for listening to 13, a Taylor Swift fan podcast. Subscribe for free and leave a positive review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Google Podcasts.